Hello again everyone, I'm in Burnham-On-Crouch today. Candice is with us, and yes, in Essex, on the banks of the River Crouch in the estuary, going out to the sea. So it's a lovely little coastal town this. First off, we're going to a pub to get some lunch and sink a couple of ciders, but the main thing tonight is we're planning on doing a wild camp in like a minefield control tower from World War II, further up the river, overlooking the sea and stuff. It's the only minefield control tower of its type in the country, the other one being somewhere in Scotland. So yeah, we're going to try and get in there, have a look at it, and hopefully try and camp there. So anyways, to the pub. Hi ho, it's off to the pub we go. Right, welcome back. We've left the Anchor Hotel pub in Burnham-On-Crouch, and we've driven a little bit out of the way. We've driven down sort of like a very quiet country road here. I won't say where, of course. And we sort of found sort of the nearest place we can park really, but it's still quite a way out from the Dengie Mine Tower itself. So it's still sort of snowing a little bit outside. It's not really settling, but the wind is absolutely howling across here because it's very flat open ground. Of course, we're right by the river estuary, and the sea's not far away. It's quite a barren landscape here, so yeah, excuse the wind noise when we get out there, but that's why I thought I'd film in here. Anyway, so we've got quite a walk still from the car here. I think the car should be safe here overnight. We'll see, we're sort of parked on a little lay-by off the road. I'll sort of show you a little bit of the trip along the way, but mainly it'll be about, you know, getting to the mine tower. There is a big pillbox as well on the seawall, and there's a public footpath there as well, so hopefully we'll try and have a look in the pillbox as well. That's our plan B. If it's a bit too risky camping in the tower, then we're gonna maybe see about the pillbox, but the photos I saw online, it looked a bit like full up with tons and tons of rubbish, so we'll have to see really. We'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. Whatever it is, we'll get to look at these historic structures anyway, so it's win-win. Right, enough talking, let's get walking. In the years prior to the outbreak of World War II, Burnham-On-Crouch was of little significance to the Royal Navy, although a small minefield had been laid in the estuary during World War I. However, after the German occupation of France, this comparatively small yachting centre suddenly acquired a greater significance, representing a possible landing point for enemy forces seeking a short and undefended route to London. In 1940, the British Army had already constructed a series of pillboxes along the sea wall as part of its coastal defence scheme, which also included measures such as an anti-aircraft gun sight and bombing decoys. The Royal Navy sought to make the River Crouch inaccessible to enemy invasion craft. At that time, the river would have admitted vessels of up to 22 feet or 6.7 metres draft, and constructed a floating boom defence of wire ropes and buoys. The next step was to lay mines in the estuary at the gateway to the boom defence. The two wartime structures at Holywell Point give testimony to this particular and most important aspect of the defensive scheme. Built in 1940, the pillbox predates the Minefield Control Tower. Originally one of a series of manned defensive pillboxes along the coast, it undertook a more specialised role in housing the firing equipment for the original two warheads deployed at Holywell Point. With the expansion of the minefield in 1941, the impressive control tower was purpose-built. This is a highly unusual structure, unique in England. The only other surviving example of a purpose-built minefield control tower in the British Isles overlooks the Sound of Carrera, 4.8 kilometres south of Oban in Scotland. The minefield control tower survives in particularly good condition and provides a unique record of the architecture and design of this type of combined observation and control post. The pillbox is its improvised forerunner and has an important role to play in illustrating the evolution of the full complement of defensive schemes employed here. Together, the two structures provide a graphic illustration of the threat acutely felt at the time of the impending German invasion. In 1941, the main function of both structures was to control the estuary minefield which defended the River Crouch at this point. The observation tower is a two-storey hexagonal tower constructed of concrete and brick with walls 0.6 metres thick, measuring 14 metres by 10 metres in plan and 10 metres high, surmounted by a cupola. The lower level was easily defended with a single entrance complete with steel door in its western side, which still survives today. A total of 17 machine gun apertures at two different heights give a 360-degree defensive capability. The apertures originally had steel shutters which could be closed when under sustained attack. Two of these are still in place. The upper floor, measuring 5 metres at its widest point, is reached from below by an open hatchway and has a high pyramidal ceiling with the concrete cupola forming its apex. The upper floor has a number of defensive positions. A concrete platform gives access to a high lookout slot in the southern wall which affords a view across the whole of the mouth of the River Crouch. The cupola has a firing slot in each of its 6 sides, giving all-round views across the surrounding flat landscape. All of the firing slots in the cupola have steel shutters which could be closed when under direct attack. In 1940, after the German occupation of France, Burnham-On-Crouch became of serious interest to both the Royal Navy and the British Army as a possible scene of an attempted landing by enemy forces seeking to find a short and undefended passage to London. The River Crouch offered just such a passage, bypassing the main defences of the rivers Thames and Medway. In June 1941, the control tower was built, along with the quarters for a complement of 2 Royal Navy Volunteer Reserve officers, 6 wiremen and 16 Royal Marines as guards. On the 15th of November 1941, the accommodation block was seriously damaged by the explosion of a parachute mine, one of 4 dropped by enemy aircraft. With the threat of a German invasion a constant concern for most of the wartime period, and the River Crouch providing a potential access point, the minefield control tower continued to be manned for the duration of the war. Okay, we managed to sort of squeeze the bags in through the door. They're here. And yeah, it's got like an entranceway. Oh, there's nests in here. all sorts of stuff. Oh, massive spiders as well, Jake. You're not going to like that, mate. Yes, there's this little entranceway also, and it's got like a blast door, like a blast wall. And then we go through here into this bit. The ladder's still here. We're going to have to prop that up to get up to there. And then you've got all of these observation points or places for, you know, rifles, machine guns. There's loads of them. It looks like there could have been maybe some shelving along here where the black lines indicate. Yeah. And then I'm not too sure what would have been in there. I mean, it's all sealed off, so it's obviously not like an elevator or anything, although there's a metal pole there. It's the same round the other side. I mean, it's fairly clean. There's a bit of broken glass along here and pot noodles. People have obviously camped here before and bought it in the bag stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the only one of its type in the country, so that's why I kind of wanted to go here. Oh, I don't know if that's asbestos or not, that pipe, or what it was for, but same again on this side of this central kind of shaft thing. It's going up through the centre of the tower. Yeah, there's I don't know, too bad there's like bits of dead birds in here as well. Yeah, and then there's this ladder, so we're going to climb up there and have a look. I was thinking we could maybe camp up there, we'll have to see. Right, let's go up and have a look. Right, okay. Bad news about upstairs.
Right.
The floor is completely covered with bird shit.
Right, no.
So
if we stand down here.
Up here.
No.
But I'll still show you up here anyway. It is pretty cool.
Careful, because they could be rusty.
So yeah, just come up there. But yeah, look at the floor. The floor is absolutely covered, and there's dead birds without heads up here. Reminds me of the final bit in The Birds with Alfred Hitchcock, you know, when she goes in the room and gets attacked. Yeah, but there's all this really cool acid house graffiti all the way around it. It's pretty cool. Acid. Yeah. Trip. Oh, they must have been off their heads when they painted this. Nut. Bubs 1990. Wayne 1990. Yeah. And then this random bit of scaffolding in the middle. I doubt that's original, although it does look pretty old. And then you've got that pyramid style roof on the top there. It's a pretty cool building. Right, I'm going to climb up onto that. I don't know what that would have been there, by the way, but okay, we're up on this ledge. Some holes going through the ground there, and then excuse the wind. This is views. You've got the River Crouch out there, other side of the seawall. There's pillbox there going through the seawall, and then the land the other side there of the River Crouch is, I believe, Wallasey Island, or it could be Foulness Island actually. It's one of the two anyway, which one, but I wouldn't mind wild camping on either of them, to be fair. Oh, it could well be Foulness actually. Let's check the mic again. It's really, really windy up there. Right. Right. Anyways, yeah. Pretty cool. Right. I'm going to climb down. I don't know if Candice wants to have a look up here, but yeah, like I said, I don't really think it's going to be suitable to camp in this bit. Not with the amount of bird shit there is here. Oh! So yeah. That's actually, I don't know if you're not going to be able to see this, but there's actually like a ledge of bird shit there that's dried, like making a mountain of it. Absolutely grim. Anyway, right, yeah, just show you one last look at all the graffiti. To be fair, it's pretty cool. Some graffiti's good. That's from the 30th of the 6th, 2006. Yeah, and there's another slit up the top there as well, but that's the main observation slit there. Pretty cool. And then there's these brackets around the edge here, so I don't know what that would have held. It's a cool structure, just a shame it's full of bird shit. Right, I'm going to climb back down there. Right, well, we've made a decision. Probably it's not even going to be viable to wild camp in this first floor section, just because of like the amount of crap that's on the floor. Like, I mean, bird crap. Yeah. There's bird remains. I mean, there's like carcasses. There's ones with heads missing. It's pretty grim, but yeah, I don't think we'll be able to camp inside here, even though it is out of the wind. It's really nice, but there's some sort of flat ground just in front of the tower, where I suppose we could try and camp potentially. It's either that or we go somewhere else. I've got a couple of spots sort of along the Dengie Peninsula where we could go, but yeah, it's a shame anyway. So it's a cool little find, this, and yeah, only one of its type in the country. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, and I mean, the ladder's still here. There's even a rope tied up the top there, so you know, they've obviously got in and stuff, but yeah, they probably all sleep up there or around here. You could have a proper little rave and a party in here, couldn't you, if it weren't, if it weren't for the bird shit. It's actually deep, like Candice is kicking up like mounds of it. It's dried, but it's not the point. I mean, you've got to be careful with stuff like this because it could carry parasites and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not worth it, is it really? So it's a shame because I really wanted to camp inside this. But right, welcome back. Yeah, unfortunately, as I say, we can't camp in the tower there, and sort of the fields like immediately around the base of the tower are all part of a farm, and of course the farm building stuff aren't that far away from it, so you know, there's a high chance you could get caught. So yeah, we're not risking it, but the upshot is we did get to see the Dengie Minefield Control Tower in the daylight, explore it, get some photos and stuff. Yeah, we're walking back to the car now. Still sort of a bit of snow in the air. It's not really settling, although the ground's lightly covered by it, but it's not too bad. I mean, you can still drive on it. It's alright really. It's just the wind, it's really windy. Although we're sort of, I think we're walking away from the wind now, but yeah. Oh well, no, it's a good day out anyway. The pub lunch was good.
And you see it.
And I've seen the tower, so we're both really happy about that. So yeah, well done you. All this camping stuff is a bit of a waste though. Anyway, still, not to worry. See you when we're back at the car. Right, well, we've made it back to the car and we're out of that horrible wind as well. The snow's still coming down a little bit, it's not too bad. So anyway, so yeah, we're heading off back to mine now for a bit of dinner. So that's the end of that video. Once again, apologies, no wild camp again. But exploring the tower was something else. It was really cool in there, and yeah, it was worth the long walk and stuff, and it was nice really out walking. So yeah, we've both had a nice day anyway. So yeah, cheers to Candice for joining us again. And you're welcome. And yeah, thank you to you at home for watching as well. Hope you've enjoyed it and stuff. Get in the comments, let us know what you think. Yeah, you'll see us again soon. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bang in.